Hey everybody, Don't Distraction here, coming to you live from Batlantic Studios. Thought I'd do a quick back to the drawing board, talk about comic book shorts on my drawing table, and keep noodling away at this Nuke Force drawing. My chair's stuck. Thanks so much to everybody that's checked out the affiliate links, link in the description. Batlantic Store, Batlantic Studios, Make Comics Cool, Dylan Andrews Art, Don't Distraction. Just having fun trying to do some sort of Norm Brayfogle-ish style inking. And the thing about Norm Brayfogle is he's throwing a lot of these really bold lines. And I love Norm Brayfogle's inking technique. It always felt like he moved really quickly. Beautiful line work. I love his stuff. So I'm trying to just kind of get a feel for how that would look or how that would feel. So that's kind of what I was thinking with this, is try to do some sort of techniques like that. And he's just kind of doing everything really energetically, or he did back when he was with us. And so fearlessly, that's the word I'm looking for, fearlessly. He would fearlessly be inking his stuff. And so I'm trying to ink fearlessly, because I think what happens often is I get a little tight when I'm working traditionally, and I don't want that. I want it to feel like it has the same sort of bounce and flow and fun of my loose pencils. And I hope you dig that. I hope you think that's cool. I like that sort of style when I see other people doing it. And so I'm going to try to inject a little bit of that in my stuff. So working here at the light box, which is essentially just a lamp underneath this glass drawing table I have. And I haven't been working like this much, but when I did these pencils, I was like, I wonder if these would show through on the light box. And guess what? They do. It looks great. I can see what I'm working with. I'll be able to draw all this and then not have to erase, which will be nice. It still feels like I'm inking over pencils, kinda, which is kind of a neat sort of feeling. I feel like I can see everything I'm trying to draw. I feel like I'm able to draw rapidly, which is always kind of fun and a good goal for me. I'm using my tombow pens, which have a nice shape to them, a good flick, which feels kind of cartoony to me, which I like. These pens are available in the affiliate link in the description, so definitely check those out if you're interested in buying any sort of pens. I really like these. I get them all the time. They last, a while. I'd say, if anything, that like this one, it's already starting to, the tip is starting to split, but I don't hate that look. So even if you're like, oh man, the tip is splitting, I'm like, I don't know, I don't mind it. I think it doesn't really put me off. It doesn't make me want to replace it. I still kind of like it. So these are my characters: Major Grip, Mr. Malto, Claudia, Pump Station, and this is Nuke Force, coming soon to Kickstarter. So thank you to everybody. I'm going to have a pre-registration page up soon, and if you're watching this, it might already be on Kickstarter. So go to Dylan Andrews Art, go to Make Comics Cool, go to Batlantic Store, Batlantic Studios. That's where I'll be updating and giving progress reports on everything, so definitely check those out. So here I am throwing a little bit of smoke, which will be all in color. I'll digitally color all this in Procreate, so that'll be nice. So anything that feels kind of sparse, it'll all be resolved in colors and Procreate in my vintage color technique that I've been really enjoying doing. What else? All right, Mr. Malto. Let's do some holding lines on this guy. So yeah, hopefully everybody's got some cool comics that they're looking forward to. I'm super psyched with the Absolute stuff, the Scott Snyder, the Jeff Lemire, the Nick Dragotta. Really enjoying Absolute Batman and Absolute Wonder Woman and Absolute Flash looks really cool. So a bunch of great stuff coming out from them. And what else has been good? Not a lot of stuff from, oh, the Cable Lovin' Chrome, David Pepos. Been enjoying that. I think that looks great. Mostly older stuff. Old omnibuses. Old Jack Kirby stuff. I mean, obviously, if you are looking at these, you can tell I'm, you know, the vintage sort of classic comic stuff is definitely the stuff I'm enjoying. So that stuff I think is never gonna go out of style. I love everything Jack Kirby. I love everything. I'm not a huge Steve Ditko fan. You know, I think that I liked Ditko's Spider-Man, but I'm more of a Romita Senior Spider-Man guy. You know, I think if you were like, would you rather have a Ditko Spider-Man or a Romita Senior? I'd be like, probably Romita Senior. I don't know. It's just that always kind of connected with me more. I think Ditko was just kind of before my time. Obviously, Romita was much later. I had Spider-Man, the Marvel Masterwork collection, when it first came out. And I'll raise this face up. And so that was volume 1, so that was all Ditko, and I love that. And that was definitely something I really keyed in on, was all the villains, right? I think that with Nuke Force, what I'm really trying to make sure that I remember to do is have really compelling villains, right? Like I was showing you that Norm Brayfogle work, and Norm Brayfogle, he was putting Batman in some serious peril with a lot of those issues. It wasn't like, oh, we're gonna have to figure out who stole this kitty, and it's like, no, he's dealing with some real brutal bad guys, and not goofy or silly. Like even when they put in like the Scarecrow or Ventriloquist or Clayface, like those villains were never wacky. You know, they were never something to be taken lightly. They were always brutally vicious, and so I think that's something I'm trying to keep in mind when I'm working on my series. It's like, yeah, no, have really terrifying, brutal bad guys. It makes the heroes more heroic. They're having to overcome really daunting challenges. Give them something to have to fight against. All right, I think this looks good. It came out fine. Kind of went off the rails a little bit, but whatever. Again, it's just paper. Let's see if this one goes the other way. Cool. Bada boom, bada bing. Armpit, that's important. Draw that in. The thing is with this, I've been trying to draw more sparsely, not less detailed or less, but possibly less rendering. I've been trying to do less rendering, and that's just because I felt like my work was getting kind of over-rendered, where I was like, more lines. And then at some point I'm like, I don't know, I really like artists that are using less lines. Like, again, Norm Brayfogle, looking at his stuff, being like, yeah, he's not over-rendering anything. It's pretty concise. So it's like, well, let's try adding less lines, or maybe having a bolder holding line. What would that look like? So that's kind of how this stuff kind of came to be. And I love working like this. I hope everybody else digs it too and thinks it looks cool. I sure like it, so. But whatever kind of work you like, make whatever kind of stuff you're enjoying. Do what feels right. Do what you enjoy. Have fun. Make art. Make comics. All right. Claudia, Mr. Malto, Pump Station, Major Grid. I think I got enough of a holding line here to figure out where I'm going to go now. So I'll probably throw in some more clouds for Claudia's ability here. And then I will try not to drag my hand through any wet ink. Cool. Some shapes there. Kind of a triangular composition. Sure. That's all going to be in black. Gonna render the heck out of this. Gonna probably put more of this in black. Everything's looking groovy. I think I got everything figured out where I need it to go. It's gonna be, that'll be dark that way. Awesome. All right, cool. Not perfect, but good enough. Never perfect. It will never be perfect. I will never be perfect. Have fun, make comics. Don't stress. And then when I start filling in blacks, I'll just keep going like this. And then I can feather out and render out with this. And once you start throwing in the blacks like this and spotting blacks, it kind of comes together. Either it comes together or it doesn't. If you spot blacks like this and you're like, yeah, that looks cool. Or you might start getting this phase and you're like, nope, not good enough. And you gotta work it out. But that's how that's gonna look, see? It's gonna look cool, cool. I'm doing some stuff like this. Again, what would Norm Brayfield will do? Well, he probably throw some kind of lines like that, maybe. Kind of do some stuff like this. Doing some stuff like this. And again, if there's anything I really hate when I draw it, or if I really mess it up, I'll just correct it in the digitals. I'll do it in Procreate. Because honestly, I want my digital and my traditional work to feel kind of seamless. You know, which is why if you look at my digital stuff, I would love if people were like, did you draw that digitally or traditionally? I'd be like, guess we'll never know. It could be either. Who knows? It's kind of, I think it's fun when it's kind of indistinguishable. Alright, so I'm going to keep banging this. It'll come together. A lot of this pen now. So again, these are all available in my affiliate links. The Tombow, the Pentel, Batlantic Store, Batlantic Studios, Dylan Distraction, Make Comics Cool. Check out my affiliate links. Buy some art supplies. Helps keep the channel going. Thank you so much. Have a wonderful day. And okay, bye.